All right. Online. Little or dimmed. Maybe that's why I was having.
You're still in the tractor.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I might. Oh, I'm in the. Okay, now I can get in. Okay. Well, I couldn't when it was just sitting there. Okay. All right. That's working. But how do we get the trailer back? Okay, it looks like my OBS.
You have to drive back to the trailer and rehook
Oh,
up to
oh,
it.
it's over there. Okay, got it.
I didn't want to reset the trailer because we'll lose the
Oh, yeah,
potatoes
no, I
inside.
didn't.
So,
Okay, I no, that makes. I didn't know you could reset. Well, obviously, that makes sense. Okay, well, anyway, looks like my stream's going.
yeah, I'm watching it now.
And everything, and it's.
Yeah.
Speaking of, and it didn't go out, but of course, internet's not on the PC is, so I don't worry about that. But I am here probably tomorrow. Actually, place the order for it. I'm gonna buy a, a, a huge UPS, basically like a. Well, it's not a whole house battery backup, but it's an expandable unit, like that can. How to explain it? Like it has like kilowatt hours worth energy, kind of for long term outages, but it can work as a UPS as well, which I'm gonna have it on like the pellet stove and the for the pellet stove, because it's got to run the blower fans and that stuff. And then also for the blower fan on our wood burning insert, blow the heat out in the room. But uh, anyway, that made me think of it. I need to buy it because I bought this UPS when I got this computer, which was in 2019. So it's uh, nearing its end of life. Like if power went out, I'd probably only have a couple minutes shut down.
Yeah.
When it was new, it's like, oh, you get like 20. Anyway, I'm looking at this battery backup deal. It also can charge by solar too, but plug it in, charges that way. But also for extended period, have to like charge it with generator, 3 generators as well.
Yeah.
But it'll output continuous. It'll output 1800 watts. So microwave stuff like that off of it for a while, and it'll boost to like 2400. So that's kind of like it's like having a small enough power for a small generator.
Yeah.
But in battery form, and then it's expandable too. But that's what made me think of it, and it's like, well, when we're streaming and maybe it's stormy out, maybe I put that on there, and then because I measured how much wattage I'm using just doing this. Like I could that battery would run this computer for like 5 or 6 hours. Wanted to.
Yeah.
But anyway, that made me think of I need to upgrade this. Yes. That's why I recommended you get one just to protect your equipment there.
Yeah.
But now that you got,
Well, I have it hooked up to the CPU, so
yeah,
and I believe I hooked it up to the 27-inch monitor. So
well, and
if the power goes out, I still run in one monitor that I can kind of get stuff saved and shut down.
yeah, and that's really all you need to be able to do is have 10 or so minutes to um but yeah, that's all you need is so it's like, okay, power's out, save, get shut down, and then
Yeah.
that the other thing that's making me get this, we've had just this year 4 different outages that were more than like, I mean, they were more than a couple minutes or like 30 seconds. And thinking about that, it's like that's more than I can remember since I've lived here. you know. So I don't know what's going on. And the thing is it's happened they all happened on days where like super well, one of the times it was when we had those like 80 some mile an hour wind and it um transformers blew up because power lines, like transmission lines, big ones, whipping around each other or whatever.
Yeah.
But the other times were just like regular days, sunny days, no, not snowy, not cold, not rainy, not windy, not no good reason to have an outage. you know,
Yeah.
no thunderstorm, no nothing. So I don't know, what's going on here. They prepping my tinfoil hat went on for a little bit. It's like prepping us for brownouts like they do in California. No,
Yeah.
because this last one happened 4:30 in the morning. The reason why we woke up is because the monitor. Well, actually, no, it was my UPS started just on the other side of the wall from the bedroom. That woke me up, and then the monitor started beeping because the cameras were on and noise room, and of course, then they woke up because their sound machine off, and you know, and then it was out for like 2 hours or 2 hours, yeah, about 2 hours, and it wasn't again stormy. There was no good reason for the power to go.
Yeah.
Like back there, it goes out, but it goes out, having an ice storm, something like that. There's reasons
Yeah.
for it. There's good reasons for it. Heavy rain and all that stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. Prepper mentality is going into effect. I got generators and got all this other stuff, but remember, generators kind of a pain. You got to listen to them hammer away just to bridge stuff like that long outage. But this will be a battery solution. Just run on that, and then when it gets low, unplug the stuff and charge pretty fast. Save the fuel. I've only
Yeah.
had to ever use them once or twice, and I probably didn't even really need kind of a test. I see, like tater harvester, is making tracks, but I don't know. Uh, I almost was like, yeah, I should just buy it and we'll do it tonight or something. But got to thinking, it's like, nah, I'm not gonna have time to test and set it up. I'll wait till after the first, because we're probably gonna have a few off week stuff just because both of us have things.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it'll go on sale, but what? That'll probably be like 6 months or a year. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well, 6 months
And
because I think the first one is usually in the spring.
I don't know if I want to. Well, we'll see. I don't want. I don't know if I want to wait. That's the thing.
Well,
Because what it usually just goes off like $10 or whatever. Or,
when I was playing it the other night, and I said I really like this version. I mean, I really do. There wasn't it wasn't I wasn't kidding.
yeah,
It's for me. It's because of just the path generators in on GPS and stuff, and then um, it's just it makes it so like you're talking about ground deformation, but like those path generators make it so that you can play realistically.
yeah.
So like when you're plowing, you plow the field and then you do the headlands at the end. You can do that now. Like the reasons why wasn't doing that before, um, I can do that now. I'm playing a lot more realistically. So
Well, that's another thing. I noticed you doing that, and I've saw some others. And yeah, I might actually be able to, playing like this, actually, utilize that, I guess,
you
too.
won't be able. I will tell you the way that I'm running my map right now. You won't be able to do what you're doing unless I turn
Oh
off
yeah,
crop
crop def.
detection.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's why I'm doing it. Is matter. But yeah, actually, I would probably play. Well, yeah, if you had it on, I definitely would play that more realistic. This is just this. Um, but oh, on the tornado deal, I did watch it. It must have been a large. He's a larger YouTuber. I don't know if remember. Like, I feel like the channel name was Farm Cop, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It's in.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Well, I don't know if it was this one. I'd have to look at my history now. Um, but he had a specific video on a tornado coming, and see, like, you'd go and look at your weather, and it'll kind of tell you roughly
Yeah.
when it's gonna hit, and then
Yep.
like some I mean, it was faint, just like back home or around your area, but back home, you'd hear tornado, the tornado siren, but just faintly, like, because our farms are far away from or a little ways from the town, a couple miles, but still here.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that I saw what it looked like, and of course, you could drive into it, like it. He did show the destruction and stuff. Now the destruction wasn't as dramatic as I thought, like the aftermath stuff, but I mean it does legitimately ruin stuff and break the trees and all that. Um, he's he mentions it's like well, some modders might get in there and like actually make it so like okay, it'll flip over cars and you can't just drive into it and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, because everybody was kind of complaining about that, and I'm like, to me that doesn't matter because you shouldn't be driving in it anyways. I mean, yeah, it would be kind of cool if the
well,
the
it's a video game.
tractor
People are
was
gonna do that.
if
I
the
mean, it's
tractor was sitting there and it got flipped over. Okay, that'd be all right. But for the most part, like you shouldn't be driving into it anyways. You should be away from it or trying to be away from it,
yeah.
and um, so I am interested in the destruction that it causes because it alters your map,
Well, and I
and
guess
you have no control over when it hits or what it does.
well,
So
and that's the thing. Like, okay, here we're doing what's happening, and then it starts. Well, yeah, it was hailing before this happened and stuff. So the weather pattern actually. I know what engine of my light. Okay, my power isn't. I'm not having power troubles. My light bulb going out. out.
Oh,
Well, been in there since Tucker, so 8 years.
oh.
Actually, I want to change this fixture. But anyway,
Once,
um,
not as bad as this once was.
yeah. Um, well, it's just like a bulb fixture. Anyway, yeah, but so like we're doing here, it's like if we weren't watching the weather stuff, clouds. Well, that's the thing, and the clouds even looked, like you saw the front coming in and all that, and then it happened, and here, oh, I got it. But see, it was raining and hailing, like getting muddier and seemed like it was sinking in a little. I mean, I don't think you're gonna get like stuck, but I think, but it like I said, with that terrain deformation, noticed it's like, okay, now you're tearing up the ground, so it's like either you just tear it up and finish, or you quit. Like in real life, you just can't necessarily. Well, actually, I don't know if you can't. It's like couldn't, or it teases you to be like you shouldn't be out there planting in the. I guess
Yeah.
is what at least what it looked like. I mean, maybe that's not exact. But again, like here, I mean, yes, it rains and it snows and all that, but it doesn't really affect what you. Um, so, for our play here, where I'm just in it to play and chat, but it would add some, yeah, it would add some realism to this kind of play, not super super role play.
Yeah.
Because I hate to say it, and it wasn't just him being a personality or whatever. Um, it I felt some anticipation or a little bit like, well, what's going to happen? Because you would hear, the winds blowing, and then it was loud, just a roar kind. So I
Mm.
mean, it did pretty good. I mean, yeah, could there be some refinement, on it? Sure. Like the material that was blowing around or getting blown up didn't kind of change, like if it was dirt versus grass or whatever. But the mod community had that in.
I don't know if they'll add that part in.
Well, I don't know. I mean, somebody might, but
You know,
or do
you know,
something. But
you say that people people. I remember when 22 first came out, and people were like, "Oh, that's cool. There's a deer in it now," and all this stuff. Well, everybody kept saying, someone's going to design a pickup truck with a deer in the back or something, and we never saw it.
well, I know it's just speculation, but I mean, it's something. It's like, well, somebody with enough ambition could. But it's. I thought it was fine the way it was. Um, because yeah, it's like Sim City. It just happens, and then you have to deal with it. Have to deal with whatever afterward. You know,
Yeah.
like doing this contract goes through and rips up half this field. Well, I mean, just you're not going to get as much.
I'm interested in. I have questions because I want to know if, like, in real life, especially if it's an American map, it wouldn't. It would only hit during the spring. I mean,
Well,
granted, we do have a few tornadoes that hit now, but most of them hit in the spring.
yeah, I wonder
And
if it
then,
will be season or if it'll just be
because
randomized.
yeah, it should be seasonal. You would think,
I would
but
think they
uh,
would plan that in there. That seems kind of like a no-brainer. You already have
well,
quote seasons. Uh,
Well, no, the other thing is like if they didn't do that, you could potentially have one in the middle of January when it's
yeah.
snowing. I did. So I think you caught me and Gold talking about that chicken coop.
A little bit, and then I got distracted.
So that is a bug, and they did. I didn't, but they did turn it into Giants, and Giants said that it will be fixed by the next update.
It's funny because it made me think Tucker was playing and he built a coop, or maybe there was whatever, and you can go in it, but then he couldn't get out. Like he got into the air, like in an area, like all he could do was open the interior door, like there was an interior door, and like turn the light on and off, but couldn't go out the door. Like the way the proximity was, would only open like this other interior door thing. I couldn't figure it out. I mean, like how he got in there for one thing, and
Yeah.
why it wouldn't let him out without just tabbing through to go get in a vehicle. That's how it was a little weird.
Yeah.
Here, I'm about
Well,
unload.
some of this is I'm empty. It's an animation.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I won't. But yeah. So that made me think of it talking about it, or you were looking at it. Heard no,
Yeah. I
absolutely
I
nobody's
was like
watching.
well, either it's a decoration or they there was a glitch, and um I heard today watching another stream that it was a glitch and that it was turned into giants, and they said they were going to have it updated by the next one. I found another glitch today because I went to do I was doing contracts, and I did the I was supposed to be doing the weeding contract on this one field. I went to the field and I went to go auto generate the map, and it said it couldn't find anything. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Okay, and I'm like, "Okay, well then I'll do it myself." Then, well, I started to try and do it, and it kept saying, "Well, the you can't do this here, because you don't own this field or whatever." And I started looking at it. Well, I started to realize they, even though I accepted the contract was broke.
Hmm. Well, you know what?
I don't know
That's
if it's
kind of
a
another
field that
reason
was.
why I'm waiting. Is no matter how good they have it right out of the gate, there's always little things, and wait a bit.
Yeah.
Not that I'm probably going to notice. Like, there's you watch.
I'm on Twitch. I'm watching you on Twitch.
That should making sure. I don't know.
You know,
Oh,
I've
oh
noticed
shoot!
that.
I think like actually starting and they're all part up. So That's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just for some reason watching him 3-1. Yeah, maybe there's no watching on. That was worth. All right. I don't know. A few things seemed a little glitchy. Just Farming Simulator crashing and OBS have
Yeah.
something like back in five, like 15 seconds long because he kept trying to re. Yeah, I'm curious how my. I mean, I know my PC how well it'll run it with graphical.
Oh, it was it was weird. So I downloaded it and got it running and everything, and then the next night there was um a driver update.
Like an NVIDIA or Farm Sim.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then NVIDIA driver
yeah,
update.
they
And then I was reading on the forums today that like everybody was saying you need to get the newest update on your drivers before you play.
well, I saw a video about it. It's basically they're like the game like I don't really I don't really utilize. I mean, except for the updates when it NVIDIA's like gamer experience, GeForce experience. They changed that, or they got away with it and consolidated it in like the. I don't know. Like I said, don't have a reason to screw with it. More or less, just works.
Yeah.
Like I don't like I know Swanee thing is it capture and stuff like that, but I don't do that. You don't do that. Kind of like I don't really understand what it's for. I mean, I guess that's what it's for. I don't understand what it's.
But I think I said that in the other stream too. I took Trekkin's advice. He said to pre download. So Monday night, um, I waited until I thought it was supposed to be released, and it hadn't released when I thought it was going to. So I did the pre-download, which it only took, I want to say 45 minutes to an hour to do the pre-download. But once you got it in, it just sits in your download folder. You can't really do anything with it
Yeah.
until the next night, and then it just knows that it's supposed to be open that next night. So then I opened it, and then it took another 45 minutes to install the game. Oh, that's why it wasn't. Okay. Um, so it took another 45 minutes to install the game, so then, so I did that, and, that was a lot nicer than the experience I had last time, where it took 8 hours